70 years ago today, the attack that launched America into World War II shook the nation.
The Japanese assault on Pearl Harbor inspired many brave Americans to enlist in the military. News 8's Jenna Troum joins us live in our studio with the story of one man and how he's remembering the day that will live in infamy.
Mike and Lisa, 70 years later, there are fewer and fewer people left with memories of that day, and even fewer who served in the war. That makes Hoka resident Gerry Davison a living piece of history. But he says the lessons he learned fighting the war in the 40s are still just as relevant today.
Gerry Davison was a college junior sitting in a classroom when he got the news.
The instructor got an interruption on the telephone in our classroom and echoed it to us.
Japanese aviators had launched a surprise attack on Pearl Harbor.
I didn't even know where Japan was really on the map, or Pearl Harbor, but I knew immediately I was going to go.
It was hard to get much information about what actually happened.
It was more gossip that one person heard something on the radio or one person read something in a Reader's Digest or something. That's all we had to go on.
But Davison, along with nearly all of his classmates, knew war was coming and quickly made plans to enlist.
It was such a devastating attack that was absolutely meant that we were totally going to go to war. And having heard my dad about World War I all my life, I thought that's what you're supposed to do.
December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy.
Davison joined the Navy and was assigned to a minesweeper in the South Pacific. Looking back on that sense of duty he felt to enlist, he says he now feels connected to those who were inspired to join the military by the September 11th attacks.
On 9/11, kind of like it was after Pearl Harbor, a little bit, attitude. Yeah, I feel real close to him. In fact, I would have volunteered. I was too old for sea duty at that time.
And as he reflects on his service, he says there's only one thing he would have done differently.
Regrets? No. Only that I wish I could have been there sooner.
During his time in the Navy, Davison actually had a few close calls with kamikazes. He tells me even now, if he sees an old movie that reminds him of those encounters right before bed, he still gets nightmares about it.
All right, thank you, Jenna. Davidson's military service extended beyond World War II. He also served in the Vietnam War for 2.5 years and was part of the reserves.